First look at the forecast. For that, let's check in with weather specialist Noor Rafat. Hey, Noor.
Hey, thanks very much, Catherine. Well, it was quite the switch up in the Toronto region, waking up to cloudy conditions, a bit of a drizzle here and there. But as the day progressed, those clouds starting to part and some sunshine pouring through. The temperatures, though, they've been dwindling hour by hour. 0 degrees just now outside the Toronto airport. We are witnessing the arrival of a cold front, and with it, some strong winds sustained at 44 kilometers, but gusting up to 57 in the Toronto region. We've been seeing some messy weather as well. This low pressure system, though, pretty much done with Ontario. It brought the rain and for some the snow, but we are starting to see some more of that lake enhancement starting to get generated in some communities that by now I'm sure we're all pretty tired of it. We're talking Barrie, Stratford towards London, Ontario, and even areas like Brampton and Newmarket tonight. Those are feeling closer to -2 degrees or measuring -2 degrees right around now. Starting to get colder for parts of cottage country, and you can quite literally see that line of cold air moving through, while some communities like Kingston lingering with mild temperatures, but not for long. We are expecting those skies to start to clear heading into the overnight. Tomorrow will be spectacular. Hours upon hours of sunshine, especially for our viewers in the east. You will get the most sunshine out of the day, but by Sunday evening already seeing round 2 of that messy weather, and it will make way for some rain and snow heading into your Monday and into your Tuesday. So we'll talk more about that in the full forecast. It is a cool -6 degrees with some windy conditions overnight tonight in Toronto. Tomorrow those winds start to subside briefly, but by the evening gusts nearing the 50-kilometer-per-hour range. Temperatures, well, a high of around 1 degree by 11 o'clock. Kat?
Thank you, Noor. Some NBA legends hit the hardwood. Let's check in on the long-range weather forecast, and for that we're joined by weather specialist Noor Rafat. And Noor, we definitely got a taste of some of those double-digit temperatures earlier in the month. When are we going to see those again?
Yeah, I've been itching for that same exact experience, Kat. Unfortunately, it's going to be just a little while longer. Some parts of central and eastern Canada may be in for some of those double digits later on in perhaps the middle of April. For now, we're dealing with some messy weather. Well, tomorrow will be a difficult transition, especially overnight tonight, heading into your morning, -4 degrees. But as the day progresses, not a whole lot warmer, but may climb above the freezing mark. A high of 0, or rather +1 by 11 o'clock, and some windy conditions starting to push through, especially in the evening. Some of those winds could gust up to 50 kilometers per hour. We are seeing that cold front move through central Canada and slowly pushing east. You can see areas like St. John's, Newfoundland, 13 degrees. By overnight tonight at around the 0 degree mark. So seeing those temperatures tumble pretty quickly over there. In the west and in the prairies, quite the opposite. It's 6 degrees in Calgary today. By Wednesday, up to 20 degrees could be seen in that region. So summer is just about getting started, it seems, in communities like that. Over here, we're going to have to wait a little while longer to see those double digits, and we're also going to see a few rounds of messy weather. Tomorrow brings the first round later in the evening, as I mentioned, in southwestern Ontario. And the good thing about this system is that it'll move through either when you're at home for southwestern Ontario or when you're asleep in southern Ontario. Of course, it'll be areas like Sudbury, North Bay, up in Timmins that will have a messy commute come Monday with that snow lingering in the region. Bancroft and Kingston as well, a mix of rain and snow. As that system swirls, we're going to see some more potentially lake enhancement as well. And what that will mean is periods of snow for your evening on Monday and for your Tuesday as well, pretty much for southern Ontario, the east, and all the way up to central regions as well. Sault Ste. Marie, 17 centimeters could be possible by Monday afternoon. North Bay, 14. Not so much in the Toronto region, but an additional 5 or so towards Barrie. It is getting cold hour by hour, as we mentioned, -14 in Muskoka. Tomorrow, +2 in that region, still in the cool zone at -1 in the Kingston region, and some 3s and 4s around Lake Ontario, 6 degrees in Niagara Falls as well. Your next 7 days, it's 6 with some windy conditions on Monday, down to 3 and 4 Wednesday and Tuesday, and then maybe a chance to see some double digits Thursday, hopefully, but starting to cool down by the weekend. Our next bet of really seeing some double digits could be in the second week of April. Now, if you're not loving the forecast, forecast, maybe you'll love your chances with the Lotto. Tonight's Lotto 649 Gold Ball jackpot is an estimated $34 million plus the classic jackpot of $5 million. Buy tickets in-store or at olg.ca. Please play responsibly. Adults only, 18 plus.
Forecast for that, let's check in with weather specialist Noor Rafat. Hey, Noor.
Hey, thanks very much, Catherine. Well, it's been a day that many have been struggling to adjust to, myself included. We started off with some cloudy conditions, some rain in Toronto. Then we saw some sunshine in the afternoon. But it's really the temperatures that I think came about as a slap in the face. It is -4 degrees just now outside the Toronto airport. And you've got sustained winds at about 24 km. Sustained winds. How about gusting winds? Well, those peaked at around 70 kilometers per hour in Toronto. And it's still quite breezy at this hour. The more you head east, you are witnessing the arrival of a cold front. It came through as this messy system pushed past, and although it's pretty much done with Ontario, we're starting to see that lake enhancement take over in communities that have certainly grown tired of it. Barrie, Stratford, into London as well, and even some parts of the GTHA seeing some flurries this evening thanks to that lake enhancement, and it won't be the last of the snow. Now, when that cold front rolled through, it made a whole big of a difference when it came to those temperatures. There was a lot of 7s and 8s and 6s across the map today, but by now that 7 in Kingston has turned into -3 degrees, and we're expecting those temperatures to continue to get a little bit cooler heading into the overnight. The good news is the skies have been starting to clear, and by tomorrow expecting some gorgeous sunshine, especially if you're out east. You're going to see a whole lot more sunshine than the rest of the province up until the sun sets, really. But round number 2 rolls in Sunday evening, and that will be the case for southwestern Ontario overnight heading into Monday for the rest of the province. So we're looking at rain and snow for your Monday, potentially into your Tuesday as well. Let's keep that for the full forecast. -5 for your overnight in Toronto. Tomorrow, sunshine, yes, but unfortunately with the temperatures, your high will be +1 late in the day. Kat?
Thank you, Noor. The City of Toronto... Time now to check in on the long-range weather forecast. And to help us out, we've got Noor Rafat here with us here at the desk. And Noor, we felt some really warm weather, you know, coming out of that winter freeze. Are we going to see it again?
Well, I sure hope so, Kat, because that cold weather has been putting us both to sleep in the studio,
yes.
It seems. Hoping for those double digits, yes. It might be a little while, I think mid-April, when we start to see those return. For now, single digits will keep us company, but what about the sunshine? Well, tomorrow will be a rough transition in Toronto. If you are not a fan of single digits, they will continue tomorrow, but it will be in the negative side of things. -1 by 3 p.m., 0 by 5, 1 degree by 11 p.m. At least there's some sunshine to keep you company, but it won't last all day. We'll start to see those clouds take over late into the afternoon, and then some messy weather on the way as we push through the overnight. There's been a lot of cold air around central Canada, and it's been pushing east with the arrival of that cold front. And you can already see by tomorrow a lot of changes when it comes to those temperatures in Montreal, Fredericton, Ottawa as well. The opposite unfolding in the west, and I'm mostly looking at the western sections of the prairies, thinking Calgary, for example, 9 degrees tomorrow. Well, by the middle of the week, a potential to see that climb to 20 degrees, and with that, a chance to see some sunshine. So certainly some communities expecting to see some summer-like conditions in the next few days. For us, well, we're going to have to wait just a little while longer, because it won't feel like summer with the precipitation in store overnight heading into Monday, and that will begin for southwestern Ontario as early as tomorrow evening. So here we are, a lot of sunshine, as I mentioned, tomorrow. As the evening rolls around, the rain and snow pushes into southwestern Ontario. The good news is this will happen into the evening hours of Sunday, so you'll probably be home, and for southern Ontario and the east, you'll probably be sleeping when this rolls through. But for other communities like North Bay, Sudbury, Timmins, well, you're going to be in for a messy commute come Monday when that heavy snow pushes through. And it won't end just there. Expecting some more periods of snow into the evening Monday and through your Tuesday as well as the system swirls. And we continue to see some lake enhancement as well for southern Ontario and central regions. So expecting accumulation, not in the Toronto region, but certainly up to the north and towards areas like Barrie, like Owen Sound, New Tecumseh as well. And those communities, of course, not unfamiliar with the snow or with lake effect snow precisely, and that will be the case in the next few days. -1 in Kingston, 0 in Ottawa, 6 mild degrees in Windsor and in Niagara Falls, 4 in Bradford, 2 in Hamilton, Milton, and in Guelph. Your next 7 days, we're climbing back to 6 degrees on Monday. A lot of wind, especially into the morning and afternoon. Still quite windy on Tuesday, cooling down and then warming up. Could we see some double digits Thursday? Fingers crossed, but do be prepared that as the weekend rolls around, those temperatures will start to tumble. A cool 3 degrees expected.